Hello and welcome. I'm Bruce. This is Speed and Color. On today's episode, we're going to hear from 4 really good friends. We're going to sit down with them in conversation. I will not be part of the conversation. I'm turning young Harrison loose to host this one on his own. These are, other than his wife, of course, these are people that he met last summer. It's a great group of 4 people, and they have some other friends as well. But this really is kind of the core group. They got together because of their motorcycles. They've become really good friends because of their motorcycles. And I kind of suspect they're going to be friends for a long, long time because of their motorcycles. That's part of the culture. That's what we do. That seems to be what motorcycles do, is they bring people together who would not otherwise connect, would not otherwise find each other. So in this case, these folks just really get along. They have a good time together. They're learning new skills together. Some of those skills may not be what we'd want to practice on the road necessarily, but they're learning all kinds of stuff. And you know, they have some goals for 2024, and they're going to share those and talk about them. And I think it's really cool. And I think the whole story is worth hearing and worth knowing about. I'm going to turn Harrison loose, let him do his thing. Glad you joined us. Hope you enjoy the episode. Please leave a comment. Send Harrison a little love. Let him know you appreciate what he's doing here. And we'll see you again soon. Let's get on with the episode.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Speed and Color podcast. We are here to talk about the 2023 recap of the season. I've got the best group of people that I met this season with me, and we are ready to get into it. We're going to talk, I'm going to introduce you to everybody, and we're just going to talk about our favorite times we've had this season. Yeah, it's going to be a great conversation. Bruce is behind the camera this episode. He's working on the audio side of things. He's kind of just letting us do our thing today. Yeah, let's get into it. This is Luke. You might recognize him from another episode. I'm Harrison, the host today. This is Kyle, the purveyor of fun. And then my wife, Tayler, on the end here. So we're going to all start and talk about how our 2023 season has all brought us together, where the custom motorcycle culture has gotten us to build friendships, become who we are, and how we all met. So let's get that going. I met Kyle through... I met Kyle the beginning of 2023.
February 2nd, actually. Yeah. At the Move Your Soul motorcycle show.
Thank you. Yeah.
Where I moved your soul, clearly.
You did move my soul. Yeah. It was
hi.
It was good.
To meet you.
So, yeah, we met. I was just walking around with Tayler, enjoying ourselves, and I was just kind of doing my thing, and he was being him, and we kind of clicked, and we fell in love, man. Right there, it was just magic, you know? Yeah, love at first sight. And going around to Luke, me and Luke met through bike nights, and
Through bike nights would have been like June, July?
I think it was the very first bike night we did.
Was it?
Yeah, we were calling you Tight Pants.
Checks out.
Yeah, checks out.
Crew.
Yeah, Tight Pants crew. And you were riding your that boring green Softail.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
That I loved and no one else did.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Somebody had to wake you up.
Yeah. You loved it because it just had a big L on your sissy bar there. Yeah. And then so Luke and Kyle, how did you guys meet?
Bike night.
Through bike nights, yeah.
Bike nights too.
Bike
Taking
nights.
bikes
Bike nights
decision.
kind of a wonderful thing that happens that just gets to meet new people. It's awesome.
Yeah, that is the truth. It brings everybody together.
Yeah.
Teaches us who new people are, who we like, who vibes, who doesn't vibe. And we've all come together. Me and Tayler rode together through 2023. We've done a couple trips this year that have been really big. We went to Montana. We traveled down to Whitehorn, was it?
Whitefish.
Whitefish.
Montana.
Yeah. It was a great trip that me and her had, and then it's been an incredible season meeting all you guys. It's been really fun, really good. We all hang out every day. So let's get right into it, talking about what kind of bikes we've owned, where we've gone through over the season. Luke, we just talked about how you got rid of that Softail, obviously.
Yeah. So the Softail was the first bike. My first Harley. I was into kind of rockets before.
Gross. Yeah.
Got into Harleys this year. 2011 Blackline. I love the bike. It took me through the States. It was fun. After that trip, I came back and Kyle talked me into a Dyna.
Early model Dyna, get it right.
Yeah. Got a 05 FXDLI.
Fancy.
And did some work to that. Did put a hot 95 in it. Lifted it up.
Oh, yeah. That was a great night.
We kind of gave you the Dyna Bro starter kit in one weekend.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah,
Which
we
really
pumped
just
through it
You
pretty quick.
already had the aesthetic. You just needed the bike.
Totally. Yeah, now you got the mids, the hot 95. That was a great night. Put that hot 95 in.
Yeah, and then the third bike was the Bagger.
Well, I would say I guess I steered you wrongfully a little bit because I didn't realize that you were a highway rider. Early model Dynas are not fun 5-speed 39 mil front
dog
ends.
shit on the highway.
They're not fun on the highway. I mean, I ride mine everywhere, but most people that ride, they want a bigger bike. So then the journey became to move on to the Ultra Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
And that's what I started on this season too. I started on a 1996 Electric Glide. I met Kyle and he was like, "Why the hell do you ride that bike?" I was like, "Man, cassette player."
Yeah, but I respected that. I love that bike.
Yeah, it's true. I love it. I love it to death too. And
It's
but
just
there was time for a
that
change.
you're a young kid, and then you pulled up on Grandpa, and I was like, he's got style. I like it. I love the bike. It's spotless. Like you'll have to do a bike check on it one day.
Oh yeah.
But the thing's unreal. Tape deck still works like original day.
Oh, it's so good. And that's what I've done all my big trips on. Tayler, what are you riding? What did you start the season on? This 2023.
I ride a 2014 Softail Deluxe.
Thanks.
But I started riding on an 85 Virago.
Gotta love that thing. I also started on that Prago.
I also took the Virago on for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's been around the block,
She's a
but
reliable girl.
it's a good time.
Yeah.
It is a good time. That
It's a
Virago.
good time.
Yeah. We're not just Harley people here. Only all Viragos. Like,
Yeah, you can have two bikes, Virago or a Harley.
yeah. That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Well, and then coming from that, then from the Virago to the Softail, what was that like then?
A little intimidating,
Yeah.
but worth it in the end, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it was good to start on a Virago, something that was a little mean, but I learned a lot.
It was
I learned how to
kinda
ride
mean,
on a car bike, and I learned how to do all those like old school things. And
Oh,
now
man.
my Deluxe is luxury.
Yeah, running out of gas. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. The Virago is the best hour and a half of your life.
Okay, I got a pop in question then. So with your change up from the Virago going to the Softail being probably 300 pounds heavier, maybe 250. Who's somebody that you talked to or looked up to chatting with that helped you teach you how to ride a big bike?
On Instagram, her handle is Sassy Pants. Kate really inspired me. She started on an electric glide, and it was huge, and she's 5'0", nothing. So it was really nice to see someone so small and never worrying about being on a big bike.
Yeah, she motivates me too.
I mean, she can motivate me too.
I ride my big bike too. Okay.
I mean,
Which is incredible. She pushes all women to be on the front, and do your own thing and be a part of the community, and it really helped me feel comfortable on a softail with hard bags and a Batwing fairing. It looks a lot bigger than it is.
But I would almost say, like, with the help of Instagrams and podcasts and stuff, you can really reach out to people that you've never met, that you can see them doing something big and riding something that really helps out.
Exactly.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
He bombed that deluxe too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet riding with you.
Yeah,
Usually girls are a little slower, but
yeah, like I'd say that for sure. She's surprising. She's quiet and then she's spicy behind the bars for sure. Like,
you don't ride on sidewalks like Harry does, but you do well.
Yeah. I you ride an electric glide down the sidewalk. You can ride anything on the sidewalk.
There you go.
Like,
Hey, I got to ride home on the electric glide when that.
That was the first time we rode together.
that is true. Yeah.
Trust the FXR left me stranded. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's a whole another topic that anybody that watches this podcast can relate to.
Relate to.
How
And then
awesomely reliable FXRs are.
yeah. Well, then that leads us into that perfect topic of what was our first ride together? Do you remember that? Because I honestly think that our first we didn't even ride together. I think you showed up and you were like, "Hey, ride my bike."
Probably.
Because I was stoned
out
about
back.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you were
Oh, that
like,
was,
"Hey, ride my
that was
bike."
the barbecue night behind the shop.
Yeah, and I was like, and then you were like, ride my bike. So I was like, all right, let's fucking do it. And I got on, and I'm like, it's comfy. Yeah, it had forwards on it. So I rode out, and then I rode.
You're talking about the Softail at this point.
Yeah, the soft
yeah.
green breakout thing.
Black line.
Black line. Sorry. Yeah. Oh man. But then what did we do for our first ride? I don't remember.
I can't remember the first ride. I remember a couple hilarious rides.
Oh,
but I don't remember.
Hold on,
I
we
don't
gotta
remember
get into that later then for sure. There's been a few great
Few fun
rides
ones.
this season.
Yeah.
So going from there then leads us into traveling. I've done a lot of traveling in 2023. Me and Tayler, like I said, went to Montana and May Long actually, which anyone from Calgary, Alberta knows. It's usually snowing.
Yeah.
So we finally got out and went to Montana then, and we did Renegade Riot. That was fun.
Our first motorcycle rally.
Yeah. It was, and Montana was your first big trip on the Softail, and then Renegade Riot was the first camping trip we'd been on for bikes, which is, in my opinion, I hate motorcycle camping.
Yes.
Oh, I
Never
love
do
it.
again. Yeah?
Yeah, it's the best.
What?
I
Why?
hate it.
Why do you think?
Yeah.
All you need is your bike. Just go wherever.
Well, so
sleep on the ground.
So breaking off of that, so what was your strongest dislike from motorcycle? Was it like just waking up and just?
Yeah, you're exhausted. It's amazing. It's all about the journey. Right? But then you're so tired.
Get some positivity
You know
out
what
before you
I
complain.
You know what I don't want to do?
Lay on the
Lay
ground.
on the ground.
Yeah, right.
But to me, that
Or
just
not
sounds
shower.
like poor planning. Like, I got a foamy, I can roll it up.
Dude, you ever laid on
Yeah,
a
you gotta go
foamy for
prepared.
4 nights?
Have you seen my size?
Yeah.
No.
It's bad.
My
dude.
motorcycle doesn't even travel that far down the highway, all right?
Yeah. Oh, so I don't like motorcycle camping. I loved Renegade Riot. I think that was a hoot. Sleeping was a questionable thing, but I don't think we'd go out and motorcycle camp on our own terms. Nah. Bringing that, Luke, what kind of traveling did you do this 2023 season?
Spoke about it on the last podcast
Oh,
a bit,
yeah.
but the trip down, rode from Calgary to California, which was awesome. Riding down the coast in Oregon was amazing, and that was all camping off the back of the bike too. So you strap your tent, your sleeping bag, your
Yeah.
everything to the bike, and kind of take a hard ride off the highway at 10 p.m. Find a spot to sleep, and then up at 7, back on the bike, put in
Kind of like
Probably.
wild hogs, like 6
Wild,
guys, one
yeah.
tent, or
yeah.
could fit,
Yeah.
could fit.
Well,
It sounds like
Right.
sounds kind of like
Right?
a Softail kind of move.
but leading into our traveling, then, what have we learned about our bikes this year that we have changed on the bike, on our bikes to make them better for traveling? Like, have we done? I know I haven't done anything to my electric glide.
That's not true.
it's-
You changed the
Air pressure.
pressure.
Yeah, but then okay. All right. So this 96 electric glide, it has air suspension. If anyone ever tries to ride hard on air suspension, it's trying to drive a Cadillac with hard. Yeah, it's just real bumpy. So I jacked both pressures up to 40 psi, and I blew the rear shocks, getting golden. Leaked all the fluid out of the rear shocks and the electric glide. So I wouldn't call that a mod. So
But it worked.
it worked for a bit. Yeah, it worked for a bit. But the electric glide is perfect the way it is. That thing's not going to change. It's a timepiece.
Didn't you get towed home by a metric bike on that bike once too?
Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't this year though.
Ow, dude. Ow. Yes,
sure
I
when
did.
that was.
Yeah, no, that was horrible. That was yeah, I broke down on that bike on the outside of Kimberly. Yeah, we were on a BC trip, and the stator went, and I probably made it only like 65K on the battery, and broke down on the side of the highway, like probably 6 kilometers outside of Kimberly, and ended up having someone with a Valkyrie.
That was painful to say.
Yeah, someone on a Valkyrie put toe straps to my front forks and towed me 6 kilometers into Kimberly. And that was a rough time. But then I called Tayler, because Tayler wasn't on that ride that day, and she went and brought my truck down. And that was the first time I ever had to load a bagger into the back of my truck, and that was a horrible experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was riding an electric glide on a dirt bike ramp into a short box of a 1500 is a terrible time. Yeah. If you do it, let me know how yours experience went in the comments. Mine was horrible. So, but on that being said, like when, that's why I asked, like, because when we ride these bikes for that long of time, we always think when we get to somewhere, we want to change something. So what is something that we?
What did you change? I got new bars.
Yeah.
Last year
Where'd you get your bars at?
Precision. Oh, crazy.
Never heard of them.
I had the stock bars that came with my bike are beach bars, and they were killing my shoulders. So I decided to put new bars on, and it's totally changed the way I can control my bike, the way I ride, the style that I ride. Everything about it changed. And then, of course, the way you sit changes. So now I need a new seat to sit me back farther. So it seems like it's always you change one thing, and then you have to change 6 more.
Welcome to the world of Harley-Davidson.
Yeah, bikes are never complete in that way. I think what traveling taught me, at least on an electric glide, is that I needed something different that I could just be around town with. Yeah, because like I had a lot of fun riding around Calgary on the electric glide, but it's just so big, and like we just talked about too, riding on the sidewalks is a terrible experience on that thing.
Taylor also rides pretty fast. So.
Yeah, also that. Yeah.
You gotta keep
I'm
up
only
with
on
that.
5 speeds. I'm trying to keep up. I'm bagging on that thing too hard. So I ended up buying a Sportster with Tayler to kind of experience the stunt riding thing, which has been an excellent experience.
Sitting right in front of us. Too bad you can't see it.
Yeah, we'll take a picture of it, put it in there. We've been building that. We put shocks on it, bars, just kind of made it that stunt bike life. It's cute. It's
You can beat up.
yeah, it's called. We named it Sandy. So I think we can get into that story.
Yeah.
Oh,
Skip that one?
Sandy's the previous owner who wanted
Yeah, it was a good time.
$6,500 for it, and we left with it for $3,000.
Yeah,
it was
bike we got for a great price.
It was a fun journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess let's get into that.
We went to middle of nowhere, Alberta, and she didn't have a bill of sale, a key, or the title for the bike. And
Yeah.
not
Probably
a
wasn't even hers.
not a single house in the town
Still
had
got her plate
had
on
a
it?
printer to print anything off. She went to all the neighbors, the library.
Yeah.
So we loaded the bike, and then her friends were like, "Hey, that guy just loaded the bike. They didn't pay for it."
Yeah, you loaded the bike before we even decided buying the bike.
Yeah, well,
you
can
decided
you
to
try
buy
to
it,
wheel
right?
it
On
Yeah.
the test drive?
Yeah.
I wheeled it on the test drive.
Yeah, these low pro shocks in the back, and Kyle wheelies it and just eats the back fender and smacks him down on it. That was great.
Just a good time.
Yeah. Then I ended up driving to the registries, and
Made sure it was a legit motorcycle.
it is legit. It's just from the States. It was a little sketchy, but it worked out great. It's been the funnest thing to ride this season, I think, for me, and learning how to stunt on it has been fun are the small things I do with it, at least. And then, so like that brings me into like the style, but what has changed like for me in this season. Like I've changed so much going from a classic bike into something that's more of
A moto maiden.
no, like into more of the stunt scene. I'm trying to dabble with me and Tayler now. Let's talk about like where we all came from on what our style has changed with, what we've learned. What has the season taught us? Like we can start with you, Luke. Like what do you think the season has really taught you and brought you from the topics that we've talked about? Like, because you changed so much.
Yeah, I think buying a couple bikes is key. I think having one highway bike and one city bike is a pretty good setup. Thanks, Cal, for that, for all the help. Excited to get that bagger done up for next year's trip. My style is kind of like, I don't know, coming from Rockets. Like I like the twisties. I like the going as fast as you can.
Yeah, like that's kind of how we ride too,
Yeah.
right? So it's all
Fast
about
everywhere.
fast everywhere and having fun.
Yeah,
Or at least to the speed limit. Like,
yeah.
5 over is
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, 5 over is
5 over is
fair. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. The Dyna's fun. It's something similar to your Sporty, something you can beat up a little bit.
Yeah.
Be hard on, have some fun trying to learn some stunting stuff, and I think that next year I'll be doing a lot more of that.
Sweet.
You're,
We need Speed and Color needs a tire sponsor because we're going to whip through them next season.
Yeah, Shinko tires.
Sponsor us.
Hit us up. Yeah.
you're not wrong. It's pretty ideal to have 2 bikes.
It is.
Get a nice, fun city ripper and then a highway. Especially living here in Alberta. Like I lived in Kelowna before this, and you could have one bike because all the riding is wicked, tight, twisty turns in town. But here you got to go on an adventure to find a good road, or you run into the squads that just hit up the Clovers on a Saturday, and it's good because you get to turn and scrape your pegs and shit. But
Yeah.
there's not a lot of places out here to do that. You got to really go search for them.
And you're so right. Like it is fun having a bike that you can just beat on.
Oh yeah.
Like
You got to have it.
Yeah. Like I remember, like I'm flipping this Sportster. I didn't flip it trying to do a wheelie. I flipped it trying to do second gear drifts. And when that thing let go, I just kind of looked at it and was
Want to
like,
shoot your ankle?
yeah, but then I chewed my ankle up. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time. But while I'm watching that, I was like, I wasn't even upset about it.
No.
You know, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then sitting behind the shop at Precision, sitting there with a 12-foot bar on my handlebars trying to get them up off the tank.
Yeah.
And they're still on the bike. They still work. So,
Perfect.
yeah.
I dropped my. I went down 3 times this year, which is pretty funny. Almost.
That's not
I didn't.
enough
I
times.
didn't.
No, it's not.
I didn't go down on the bagger yet. I didn't have it for long enough this season, but went down on the Softail and gravel early in the season, then went down on the Dyna trying a highway roller.
Yeah.
Doing a painted line roller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
painted line roller. Yeah, those are always good.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Lesson
Well,
learned.
I love how you went from barely stunting in the parking lot to just roadworthy.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Debatable if it's roadworthy, but we're trying.
Yeah. I love it. And then, so then you've also learned a lot about wrenching. Because now
Yeah.
you're building your
A
own,
lot.
like putting bars on your bagger.
Yeah, I knew nothing coming into the season, and then hanging out with you guys and we spent a lot of time in the garage this summer, and
I think some of that probably
Always working on
stemmed from
something.
our all-night Hot 95 build.
yeah,
I think so too.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of that was watching you put hoses on. It was hilarious, dude.
Dude, everything like it starts something. I'm like,
Yeah.
Kind of
Who's
like
trying? Harry's standing there.
a
I
guy
just
called
waited
caveman,
for
you
you
know?
to
He's
ask
like,
Yeah, you were so pissed. You were like, "Are you just waiting for me to ask you for help?" Like, I guess so, man. Like,
dude, give me a computer, I'm golden.
yeah,
Yeah.
You wrench on things all
you know-
day, every day, so I'm like, step in, dude.
yeah.
that kind of stems into like the motorcycle culture, right? Where you just meet some people and then you get together and
Yeah,
all of a sudden you're building bikes together at night, and it just brings the family together more and makes it kind of what the industry's lost a little bit, I'd say.
I think it has lost a little bit of that. There's a couple good cliques of people around Calgary now, that's for sure. But I think it's definitely dwindled.
Well, I think the problem is it's so clicky. It's all about where you go and who you know and
yeah.
who do you ride with.
That was one of my-
still Hell Yeah Brothers too.
That was one of my favorite things about the the bike nights. I remember the Revolution one.
At Berwick, that one was awesome.
Yeah.
What was it called? Veranda?
It's at Berwick, isn't it?
Burwood.
Burwood.
Burwood. That's
Yeah.
it.
I think we should
Yeah,
say
brought-
that 5 times over.
Brought the girlfriend to that one, and it's just fun being around a bunch of people that you wouldn't normally hang around with. Like,
Yeah.
just a bunch of people from all different walks of life, all kind of coming together over Harleys. And
Yeah, that's
Super
exactly
fun.
what motorcycles do, right?
Yeah,
They-
they bring
you,
us
you
together.
can bring the downtown real estate agent and the Dodge mechanic to the same building, and they're gonna have a good time because
Yeah.
it's the common denominator is the motorcycle.
Yeah, we all love having fun.
And it doesn't even have to be like a Harley-Davidson, like we said, Virago's, all that fun stuff. It's just a bike night. It's fun, get everybody
Yeah.
out, and you just make new friends, and that's kind of how you can grow the riding community too.
Yeah. Well, and then next thing you know, like you said, either you're putting a Hop 95 kit in your bike, or you got the Sporty that you just bought and you tear it all apart, and now you're like, okay, let's put bars on that, you know?
Yep.
Or let's just figure it out. I mean, you do have to have somebody with a little direction, though. Like,
yeah, you got to have one person who knows what's going on.
yeah, you.
Thanks, Kyle.
I don't know where he is.
Yeah.
I don't know that guy.
Yeah. But I don't know. Building that Sporty was a lot of fun. You learned how to wrench has been good. What else are you doing other than that? I remember the bars on your bike.
The sound.
Oh, yeah,
And,
yeah. Yeah, because you want to live in luxury with their, what
I
was
wanna-
it, a 9-inch
Um,
touchscreen?
7.
Oh.
7.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be sweet. Get some Apple CarPlay on the bike.
That's yours.
Yeah.
I'll touch yours.
Yeah. Somebody taking checks.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Put some 6.5 inch speakers in, an amp, touchscreen deck.
Yeah.
That'll be the comfy one.
Really modernizing the 07 platform, really. That's what
Yeah.
you're doing. Just making it plug and play, rock
Yeah.
and roll.
Any engine work? You can keep that one calm.
I'll do cams. I probably won't do it before this year's trip coming up, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Put one of those cold 95s in that one or something.
We could.
Cold
Nice.
95. Yeah, cold 95.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. I love that. What a great idea.
What a great
And then,
idea.
like, Taylor, what do you want to do your bike, or what have, other than the bars, did you do anything else?
Taylor learned last year that maintenance is a key thing when you have a Harley-Davidson.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that.
Checking your nuts and bolts, making sure they're tight so they don't create further issues, I would say.
Yeah, that wasn't my fault.
Do you not check your bike before you ride it?
Yes, of course, every single time.
Everybody checks
Everybody
tire
does.
pressure.
I've never checked tire pressure on bike but once. I just look at it. Yeah, it's got about 8 pounds. That's good.
Yeah, they do with the 83 at like 60 pounds in the rear tires. 3 in the front. Like, I'm good. Oh, anything else? What is your plan for 2024 season? What are you thinking?
New exhaust.
Ooh, I like it.
Ooh.
Fix the exhaust.
Little Miller Fab.
I think
Yeah.
I think
Do
she's
it.
actually gonna
Do
do a
it.
Miller Fab 2-1, which would be
That'd be
pretty
sick.
rad because he's
Yeah.
got 2 or 3 pipes out right now, and he's a young up and coming kid that's super talented.
Super
Yeah.
talented,
Yeah.
man. He's one of the guys in our riding group who go on these trips, and he's real talented.
He's building
like
some,
Harry.
Oh, yeah.
he's building some
Fix
cool
anything
stuff out
anywhere.
of his
Yeah.
personal garage at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He's
a great
creative too. I like his new pipes he's coming out with. And they sound awesome.
Yeah, they're
Sound
loud,
mean,
man.
Yeah.
The one on the dyno is just ridiculous.
Yeah. And,
Probably cans.
sweet.
I need a new seat. That's step number 1 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dream is to get it painted. It's black, and I need anything but black.
What do you want?
It's kind of a me too, like.
Color. All the colors.
Color.
Pink to match my custom grips. Probably purple.
Oh, yeah, shout out
Blue,
to
lime
Shane.
green. Yeah, Shane. Yeah.
Hope you're watching.
Something to make it look real girly.
I like it.
Yeah.
Perfect. It'll
Yeah.
fit right
It'll
in.
fit right in with Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. When's your bike gonna be done?
Never.
Rick is a secret.
You might see it at the motorcycle show this year.
Sweet.
You keeping it as a secret?
It is pretty much a secret.
It's if you want to break into it a little bit, like it was my first. Technically it was my second Harley, but my first one I blew it up the first weekend I had it, and then I bought an 02 FX DX, which is in my opinion the pinnacle early model dyno to have. Timken bottom end, good brakes, all the best stuff, all the fun stuff.
All the good stuff.
It happens to be Jamaican teal, racing raspberry, and white. So it's very much looks like Taylor's bike, but it's mine. So it's you'll see it. It'll be out at the bike show.
Hell yeah. We'll have to do
How long until that thing's on its side?
Probably the bike show is February 2nd, so probably the 7th.
Yeah.
You can build a fancy bike, but you still got to treat it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by treating it right, that means shredding tires.
Treat it
and
like
having fun.
shit. Yeah.
That's what it's for, and that's why you rebuild it every couple seasons. You know.
Yeah.
I got 106,000 kilometers on that Hot 95 before it finally let go. So
Ain't that the truth?
yeah, it let go in a big way, but
I'm waiting for the 883 to let go. She burns oil like a banshee, but she's okay.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll blow her up first, or then we'll do a 1200 kit in it. But
Sportsters are pretty tough. I think you're gonna have a hard time trying to blow it up. Unless it's-
I'm living around that thing anywhere I want though. Like
Oh, yeah.
fifth gear, yeah.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, it'll go.
That's what the limiter is there for.
Yeah, right.
Is that what you're going to do this year on that bike?
1200 kit. I'm planning on it. I'm either gonna like wait and have the jugs ready and blow up the 883 first, or do it first and then try to spank you and your dyna.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, right. Because I think that could be. You should at least keep up with the dyna for sure with the 1200 kit in it.
You'd be surprised. A well built Sportster will take out a ton of very well built V twin cams.
Yeah,
Probably hang up a couple M8s. They're a fun little bike. I'm the biggest Sportster
They're
hater out
big
there,
bikes.
I'd say, but
Yeah.
but they
Big
are a
bikes.
ton of fun, and then you do them right, they're awesome.
yeah, and they are a big.
And I've rode that. I've rode your sporty lots, and I think it's a great time.
Yeah, it
So-
is hilarious.
You were
Yeah.
surfing that thing.
Yeah, we call it Little Rick because mine's Ric Flair, and that's Little Rick. So
Yeah, and it's got a wicked blue paint job on it that we had nothing to do with.
Sandy
Sandy had a good time in the garage. She definitely wasn't wearing a mask. I can definitely say that. And then, so crashes and spills, like we kind of got into it already, but I don't know. Like I said, I flipped my Sportster there a few times, and then I got my leg caught learning drifting too in the back fender, which I don't think is very common. For
No?
people. No, I don't.
It did not look comfy, dude.
No.
what did we learn from that? Low tops and shorts and stunting don't mix.
Yeah, trying to look cool and doing stupid shit isn't a real good mix until you know.
Can you
how
show
to
up
do
next
it.
time with like elbow pads and shit on?
I did.
Yeah.
We learned initially, man, real quick.
Yeah.
Play stupid games, win
Win
stupid
stupid
prizes.
prizes,
That's it.
yeah. Hey, I remember somebody doing a burnout with a tire that had a whole lot of metal wires in it, though.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
was that you?
You had whiplash.
Yeah. You yourself
Crazy
burning
marks.
whips on their back there.
Wasn't my
Well,
bike.
yeah.
Makes that right, dude.
See?
True.
I didn't pick that
That's a
tire.
great leading into like other the bikes we've owned. Let's talk about bikes we rode. Did anyone else get like a lot like privilege to riding other people's bikes?
I think because I've never ate so much Mr. Noodles and been so broke trying to build an old ass dyna. I rode everybody else's bike this year.
Hell yeah.
Probably favorite bike with hands down is the Trask Assault Road King from Precision. That
That thing
Trask
is
built
crazy.
is at Precision. I had the privilege to ride that bike quite a few times.
Yeah.
Not a big turbo fan, but holy did that change my opinion on that. Not a big wheel bagger guy, but I don't know, something about going 180, 200 down the highway with a big wheel and a turbo, and nobody's touching you.
That bike's a real head turner, man.
Yeah, you kind of fit that bike because of that, because you're kind of a head
Those,
turner.
He wouldn't compliment me like that.
Oh, it's okay.
What would your favorite like everyday bike be?
Me?
Yeah.
If you could have one bike for every day,
Ooh.
O2 FXDX all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the wrong.
Why?
One bike for every day.
That's it. That's the pinnacle Harley-Davidson, and that's it.
Wow.
There's
Well,
nothing that beats that.
All right.
You show me, you go find me a Harley-Davidson that beats an O2 FXDX in any aspect, and I'll try and agree with you, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty partial. It's my favorite bike. I've had it, God, since I was 18, 19. So
So
That's
really
only
25 years?
Yeah, that's only, I was gonna say it's
yeah,
only
like 5 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
No, it's I've rode a lot of the new M8s. I'm a pretty opinionated guy. I think the new M8 Softails are pretty tame, unless you spend about 20 grand on it to do a motor, bars, seat, pipe, tune. Otherwise, they're pretty much just a big Sportster.
All right.
They're like the new age of a new rider, which is what Harley's going after. They're for a new rider, new age, very smooth, reserved. I call them Hyundais.
Like driving a Civic.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot of plastic.
What about the bike you took to Sylvan? Sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the bagger.
Yeah.
The road
Well,
bike.
that's. I had a fully built 124 with a Baker 7-speed mid controls.
Yeah. Right. So
Shout out to
yeah.
Brent at Precision for letting me take that bike for the weekend.
You don't think
Yeah.
that would probably be my, if I had one bike, I would probably be.
Yeah, see, but
performance
as soon as you hit down for that trip, loved it.
Yeah.
As soon as you hit downtown Calgary, I don't need bags in a fairing. I want a lane split.
But you only got one
And I
bike.
want to cut people off. Yeah, then it's O2 DX all day. Every
Imagine
day.
taking that thing to Sylvan.
That's it.
Yeah,
Mine.
right.
I'll take
You'd
it.
still be on the way home.
Let's go tonight.
I mean, I took the Sporties Sylvan, so
Yeah,
That's fair.
like,
yeah. The thing
That's
is you could be going to Sylvan scraping fender while I'm staring over at you, just dragging hand.
well,
And you're playing the music for me while I'm having fun.
Perfect.
realistically, my time to Sylvan was just sitting there eating wind, right? And trying to keep up with everybody, but it worked.
We had a pretty good group for that. How many of us were there?
Oh,
God,
On the way out, there must have been.
six people.
No.
No, there was
on the
like
way out, we
20.
met for
That's when
breakfast. We had
that's
like
when we
20.
met at
Oh,
Blackfoot.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I led that group. First time I led a group.
Man, you led that group.
Well, you-
to
yeah,
Deerfoot,
you-
and then we fucked off.
Hey,
There was two groups, okay? There was the people that wanted to ride with the Sportster.
Yeah, you guys.
And then there was
And
you
then there was
and
me who
Romeo.
wanted to have fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
making
man.
everybody mad
Yeah.
before we got to it.
By the time you guys were passing them, they're.
I'm sitting there with my feet up on my crash bars with a Sportster going 120, like just trying to get to things. And then you guys are already gone. They were probably 15 minutes ahead of you. Or you
We
guys-
made it quick,
Yeah.
man. We made it there quick.
Yeah.
It was a good ride.
It
I was only 5 over the whole way.
Yeah, we all were, but yeah. Well, we were trying to.
That was
a good ride. It was fun.
Sylvan's actually a really fun place to ride to.
Surprisingly,
Like,
It was
because
fun, yeah.
when we came back, we ditched the highway altogether and just did
Oh,
back
man.
roads,
yeah.
which was a ton of fun because the highway is pretty boring.
Straight.
Yeah. Like
Oh
like
my
you
God.
could fall asleep and wake up in Edmonton
Yeah.
and nothing would happen.
Even on, yeah. Even
So,
on the sport, you used to do
back
that.
roads are great. I mean, even when I guess we took that bobber shovelhead for 700K that day too.
Holy,
and back.
yeah, we did. Yeah.
All around.
That
That
was
was
funny. That was the first time I ever watched you get kicked back.
oh, that was a nightmare. Nightmare.
That was so great. Shout out to Shane again.
Yeah.
Shout out to Shane again.
Thanks for the kick. Only high compression shovel.
Yeah, it is a rad bike. Oh man, yeah. So that leads into my favorite topic that I think we'll have this year is our favorite bike nights.
Boys underwear.
Like
Wait, what?
our favorite bike nights. What was our favorite? Because I have a few. Like
I
just being.
I still have to say that when we did teamed up with a couple other shops and Bruce from Speed and Color, at that time wasn't Speed and Color, but when we did the
Yeah.
Revolution Magazine bike night,
That was
because
a really fun one.
the whole setup was awesome. We all parked under the trees out front. It got a good amount of people together.
Oh, the food.
And the food and the vibe at that place, I think that's going to be a very popular bike night spot this coming season.
I think so too.
I think, yeah.
And
I
we-
think that was, well, it was most people that showed up because it was so many different
Yeah,
I
you know,
think.
groups and shops and everyone.
I mean that one we went from I think we had every demographic covered on 2 wheels.
Yeah.
We had we had scooters all the way to the most expensive CVO bagger and everything in between it.
And
Yeah.
that's a
Shoppers.
perfect example on how our culture can come together just because we do love 2 wheels. I love that.
Mhm. And that was also one of the ones that OBB supported with us, and OBB has been wonderful in this province for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
many people. Yeah. Well, and then that kind of like that brings me into like talking about how me and Taylor got into the bike culture. This was like our first real year being like in depth with it. Ill-fated last year. We kind of went to a few of their winter bike nights, and they're great people. They have a great vibe. And then just coming just taking the chance and going to precision for the first time.
Well, I think what we learned was that you really have to go and you have to find it.
Yeah.
The motorcycle culture isn't going to come to you. You have to go to different bike nights,
You have to
different
create it.
shops, and all the shows and all the events that are happening to find the people that you actually
Yeah,
like.
that's a good way to put it, because
Yeah.
each shop or bike night has its demographic,
Yeah.
right?
Totally.
But still, one of the best things is it's like when you go to an OBB one at Big Sky, you've got people from you got dentists, lawyers,
Yeah.
mechanics, you got people from every breed, but the common denominator is two wheels.
Yeah, you just have to find the people that you get along with
Yeah.
and have the same riding style. That's huge.
That's huge, man.
That's huge.
There's nothing
You can
worse
love
than-
the person and go for a ride with them. You'd be
Yeah.
like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's like
boring is that?
I think
Yeah.
it's just two
Rather
different things.
bang my head against the
You
wall.
go to a bike night, you can get along with everyone, and that's great. But the people you're going to be friends with is more so the people that you can get along with and you can ride with.
Yeah.
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 I
Yeah,
guess
fair.
those are the people you end up being friends with. Are the people that you end up being able to ride
Yeah,
with.
the
Yeah.
people you
'Cause
spend
those are the people you
winters
spend time with.
Yeah, you spend
Yeah.
time with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't ride with people, you're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
out.
oh.
Where's the next troop?
Yeah.
I'll try again.
I'm gonna grab on myself for a minute.
That's fair.
Yeah. And then, did you go to I forgot to ask, did you go to the bike show in February?
No.
No?
No, I'll be at
Did
this
you go
one
to
coming
any
up.
bike shows this year?
No, I didn't.
Huh.
No,
Didn't go to Rally in the Rockies or anything?
nothing.
Mm.
No. Did that one big trip, and then it was mostly just local bike
geez,
nights.
so next year you're really going to pop off, probably start going to more events.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It'll be fun, man. I'm excited for next year. Just look in the garage and be like, which one are we taking today? That's gonna be a treat.
Yeah, that's something I look in the garage today too. I love coming in here and hanging out.
What other bike nights were there? What other good ones were there?
I think one of my favorites, you weren't there, but one of my favorites was
My
when...
favorites were when you weren't there.
The ones you weren't there for were my favorite.
Actually, no, you showed up later, I think. You showed up later to a few times. But no, okay, one of my favorites was riding there from to Whiskey Rose after we had rode to the burger joint in Englewood.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was a
and
good
then-
one.
and
Oh, that
then,
was fun.
like, I don't know why Shane.
Oh, that was when Shane
Yeah,
once again
Shane's throttle stuck.
flipped the old shovel head.
Flipped the old shovel head and had to ride
You did a
home.
couple from that burger joint.
Yeah,
See, but that's where bike nights just create so much fun.
it's
You
true.
just never know what's gonna happen.
Right? There's just people getting
And
there.
you know what? Being a host of some of these bike nights, I think some of my favorite things is like it's very hard to pick routes and like to go places because we all got different styles of riding. And when you're catering to a whole group, and you got to remember, if I'm going 80 at the front, the guy at the back's going 120 to keep up, right? So you got to keep that in mind because you can't be a jerk to everybody. So was it Cold Garden? We went to Cold Garden a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Cold Garden was fun. They accepted us like one of their own. It was
Yeah.
great.
Cold
We
Garden
all
was
we all
awesome.
have dogs. You can bring your dogs to Cold Garden. One
Yeah.
of my favorite things about there. So it's just getting people out, but it's hard to pick routes. But when you get a group of people together, and I found last year that the demographic that we had coming from PFX was we would go out of town, but then everybody at the end was like, okay, are we doing 17th tonight? And then everybody
Yeah,
wanted
right.
to do,
Yeah.
they wanted to do one, but we call a loser lap, but that's what it's always been called forever.
Yeah.
You do one lap down 17th, and then you park at Whiskey Rose or Windsor Rose, Whiskey Rose?
Whiskey Rose,
Yeah,
yeah.
you park at Whiskey Rose, and then the bikes all get shown off there. I mean, the original owner of your Softail walked by and picked it out in the
Oh,
parking lot,
yeah.
That's
That
pretty
was
cool.
Yeah.
which was pretty wild because it doesn't look the same, but he
Yeah.
walked up and was like, whose bike is this? That's my motorcycle.
Yeah.
That's pretty rad, right? You don't get that.
Yeah.
Like if you're driving around your Honda Civic, you don't get that.
No.
Yeah.
So that's another part of the culture that's pretty awesome. But I think one of my favorite things was every time people met up at the shop, they were like, "Are we going down 17th tonight?" And I was like, "All right."
Yeah.
Like it's cool and there's a vibe going down 17th, right? Because you get half the people in the patios covering their ears, half the people are hooting and hollering and loving
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Some people are giving you thumbs up. Some are giving
Okay,
you
okay, you're jogging my memory now. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have a story then. So for the first time, our first bike night that we ever did, I brought the Sporty. We had just bought it, and I started riding it. I don't anyone with a Sportster from 03. I don't know how long those covers went for.
Oh, your sides?
Yeah, my side. So I'm pumped. I got the Sporty. It's got new bars on it. I'm just juiced, right? I'm bagging this thing. I hit a speed bump or a pothole with it, and my cover comes off, and I'm in the middle of the group. This is the first time I've ever rode with any of these people.
And we got the owner of PFS.
Yeah, we got Brent behind me, and I hit the pothole with the sporty.
That's when it bounced off the front of his freshly painted road glide.
Yeah, and it came down, people swerved, and the front of that road glide just got smoked by my
But
blade.
what came out of that was a young man named Cody looped around,
Yeah, shout out Cody.
picked up that bar. Now, from that night on, Cody's been an exclusive member of the squad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then, so Cody picked it up with me, and then he was like, we were trying to romp on it back to get to the group, and then he hit a pothole. Both of his army bags on his Dyna just flew open, and then I got to help him. And then there was the friendship made, because all of his stuff he brought to bike night was all over the road. And we never met each other. I didn't even know Cody's name yet, and we became great friends just from that moment. And I actually said, I was like, did we just become best friends? Because then now both of us are lost. We don't have anywhere idea where we're going, and now we're just two random people that have to ride to a destination together. It is perfect.
Yeah, that's
Perfect way to make friends. You had all the options for it to go bad. It was awesome. I have another few of my favorites.
That's really what
is
one of the funner things about bike rides.
Yeah.
It's just casual things. Like when we went to Turner Valley.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
Oh, man.
Leaving there, everyone's just.
I think we did
tearing
like
up the parking lot.
190 or 200K that night for a bike night, which was a ton of fun.
Yeah, it was.
And we had like 40 people at that one, and everybody sat. There was one waitress at the poor restaurant, which,
Yeah, we should have gave her a heads up.
Yeah. Well, I did
Did
call ahead. I told them we were coming, and they didn't believe me that there was 40 people coming.
Yeah.
So,
and that was the first time I ever did a donut in a parking lot.
Yeah.
I
I think there was probably 6 people leaving there that all just
did
clipped their back tire.
Yeah. That was a fun ride back from there.
Yeah, it was, and then it was. I couldn't see anything because I saw the old headlight on that sporty, and I was just blind the whole time.
Shout out to Moon's MC for hooking up.
Shout out to Moon's MC. Yeah, shout out to Brent for keeping us hooked up with tires.
You on the Virago was one of my favorite memories, dude.
That's one of the highest.
Isn't that the truth?
That's one of the highest viewed reels we've ever posted.
That was too good.
You and Virago.
We rode to. Where did we go? We went to Big
You and I went to Big Sky, yeah.
And Kyle spent 3 kilometers in the shoulder, just passing everyone. We're
on an 83 Virago.
85, yeah. 750.
He was cruising. It was fun.
It was a good time.
Hey, that meant if you
doing
were
donuts into the curb.
I did my crazy Larry, and then she hooked up and sent me into the.
All you hear is,
oh my god!
And there was another time I don't know, was it that same ride? We were at an intersection.
Yeah, it was.
And you just lit up the back tire.
Yeah.
And we were like,
you couldn't see anybody.
I couldn't see anyone, man.
And there's Luke on his Harley sitting there.
We were turning
Virago just cooking the intersection.
He got off the bike and he's like, I figured I'd just wait till the light went green. It just took forever.
Yeah.
So good.
The whole intersection smoked out. We got to turn left. I'm sitting there for a minute to wait for all the smoke to clear. I was like, I can't see anything.
Yeah. Help me, bro.
This was all on a closed road, private course.
Private
under
course.
supervision.
Yeah. Professional
only
riders.
done by professionals.
Yeah.
That also reminds me of when there's a scenario where it was. Yeah. That also reminds me of one of my favorite memories of when I first got the sporty. I'd never done a burnout in my entire life, and I practiced in precision back lot over and over again, and sweeping up tires, and then finally taking it to the road in a closed course.
You got your trophy tire behind you.
Yeah, trophy tires behind me. The first one I ever popped. Let me go get that down.
No, okay. I'll take that picture.
But, definitely have to put a picture in. And taking it to the closed course on the road on bike nights and using a bus with you, Cody, and me.
That was right on 17th.
Yeah, right on 17th, doing a burnout behind a bus.
And I'm just behind everyone.
Yeah.
There was enough room on the bus.
Awesome. Those are the most fun nights ever. Cody's lighting them up. We're all lighting them up on the back of a bus.
I think that was the same night that Cody and I decided to
have a good time through.
Partake in a what's that road called down there?
The roundabouts. I don't know what the road is called.
Down by 4th by Blowers and Grafton there.
Oh,
we had some
no clue.
Some of my manager's friends were down there.
Yeah.
They decided to chase us a little bit, but
Yeah, it was
My
just,
manager's friend.
I made it home safe. Cody did not.
yeah. Shout out to Cody for being okay.
Yeah.
And a good spirit.
Yeah.
Good sport
Hey.
about that.
Some
Anybody
of my
that rides
manager's
knows
friends.
that in any certain situations,
Yeah, dude.
you can leave someone behind.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, it's the only time.
Well, we're not friends.
Everyone should go
That's the only
different
time when it's
direction.
all for one.
No
and
one
one for
knows.
all. Is
Yeah.
that, is that moment.
And
So,
I'm on an
Everyone pick a
83.
different direction.
Yeah.
No one knows each other.
that's why you always ride with an 883 Sportster.
Yeah.
You're good.
Welcome to my life. And it's bright blue. So
Yeah, you stick out.
I'll just ride slow in the back for everybody. Like, oh man, those have been like awesome experiences that we've all like grown together and
Yeah,
just
spend a lot of time together, man.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
that's fun.
it's actually been pretty wild. I would say like we're coming up on 1 year right now because February 2nd will be a year that we've all kind of
Yeah.
known each other, and I think we've probably spent every single weekend.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest things is meeting people in the motorcycle industry. If you're friends all winter, you know those are good people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you can make
Your friends off the bike too.
Yeah, you can make summer Harley friends every day.
Yeah.
But when you keep a core base through the wintertime, it really changes the group.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Like,
With us snow Mexicans only getting to ride 6 months of the year, so we don't. You got to take what you can get. So
true. What are our plans and ambitions for next year, guys?
Bike related?
Yeah,
finish the bagger.
related. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can get personal with it.
No.
I don't know if we have enough time.
Yeah. Mine will be finish the bagger. I got the sound, bars, seat, clean up the back, lights. Get that thing ready. Maybe try and get some paint on it before the trip. We'll see. It's looking like next year's trip's going to be.
I like the wrap.
August?
I would vote. I vote keep the wrap and just ride it. I like it. It's cool. You don't see another one like it.
You won't see another one like it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, finish that off. I'm excited for that. It's gonna be fun to ride. I want something
I'm
that's
excited to see
super
you on
loud.
that thing.
super loud stereo. Just being obnoxious everywhere you go.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Right.
Yeah.
Like a cassette player. Plays some George Strait.
Merle
Some Bon
Haggard.
Jovi.
Yeah, Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah, through the cassettes.
I would say I want to really push a bike night through Precision. Obviously, I work at Precision for anybody that doesn't know that. I really want to push a big bike night. You know, there are a bunch of other shops that have big ones. We can all have our own night. One other thing I'd like to see come out is something different in the scene this year. We've all seen the wheelies, the stunts. We've seen the drifting, but have we really seen a full package come together where, you know, you can go watch the Bell Brawl, and that's been on for a ton of years now. So that's part of the culture.
Yeah.
But maybe here, maybe Alberta, maybe Canada, is there a different version that some could link up with? You know, we got a lot of cowboys here. We got a lot of different kind of riders.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get into some sort of a drift event, some sort of a kind of a barrel race style of
Ooh, that'd
event
be fun.
where you could really get everybody out in the culture, but it's one-on-one and it's where there's a set course and we're drifting this course in an open parking lot. And maybe the big dream of that is that we do that at the Stampede 1 year. Doesn't have to be next year. Could it be in the next 5 years? Could be.
I'm
That'd be
down
good
for
fun.
that. I'll be the guy out there hitting barrels.
Well, it's pretty, you know, you can watch a guy do a wheelie for
Literally
a
hitting them.
couple hours and then it's kind of all the same stuff, right? And then it's very hard to evolve the scene any farther than where it's at right now. So if we can try and bring out something new, barrel racing on a Harley sounds pretty rad to me.
Well, I gotta
That's
learn
sick. That's a sweet
wheelies and
idea.
drifting first, so I'm gonna keep it a board, apparently, and then I'll do barrel racing.
You're gonna keep a board?
Boring.
Oh, boring.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it boring.
Well, you
trying
have
to
to.
just
You
learn
can't.
how
I mean,
to
you can't
wheelie
barrel
first.
race until you can scrape your fender. That's rule number one.
Oh, okay.
Until that tail light gets clicked off that fender,
Yeah.
you're not moving on.
See, exactly. So I gotta keep it boring. Learn how to wheelie first. Be one of them.
Those bars on that bike have already scraped fenders, so
Yeah.
you just,
Well, I just gotta get the inspiration from them and lean back with it. Shout out DB Stunts.
That's right.
Yeah. All the
That's
good
the guy.
stunt riders out
That's
here.
the guy in Calgary you want to link up with.
Yeah.
He's got a nice sporty too. So
Hell yeah. It's clean. What are your aspirations and goals for
besides
2023?
paint
Yeah.
and a seat, Where are we going? What are we doing?
Yeah, what seat you going?
What bike are you looking into?
What bike am I?
Well, like, are you looking to get another bike or what else?
No,
What are your
I love my
ambitions?
Softail.
Yeah.
What kind of seat you want?
I have no idea.
A white one?
Shut up.
Have you looked at?
We're thinking about going to Sturgis this year.
I think we are going to Sturgis this year.
It's
Most of us we've all been cleared to cross the border finally.
Yeah.
So we're going to
Only one of us
Sturgis.
ever had a concern with that. Yeah.
It's our time to shine this year.
So that would be quite the adventure.
I think Taylor's going to have a breakout riding year where she's going to be. We've got some goals. We got some goals that we've talked about that are branching out. Somebody that we talked about earlier in this podcast. They've talked a lot. Kate's a rad person, Sassy Pants, Renegade Babes. We'd like to see Tayler kind of be a Canadian ambassador for that. Would be super rad. She's got the riding style. She's got the koozie. we all got the gear on. You know, it's pretty rad to support your friends and support people doing cool shit. So,
Definitely.
And I think we need a lot more of the female empowerment in Canada. It's really hard, especially in Alberta. We're all very, very man focused, very.
like you're chasing men, or the motorcycles are just all men.
I think we need a lot more women empowering women here. I think it's really hard to come across.
Yeah, I mean you ride with all of us, so I don't think you're wrong. It'd be good to get a good group of strong, powerful women out there to ride.
I ride behind all y'all, but yeah, I get it. All right. Well, is there anything else that we want to touch on? Anyone else that brought thoughts, notes? I wanted to touch on the bikes we rode. I forgot to mention. I got to ride the Pan America. I thought that was.
Oh shit! How's that?
Oh, dude, it's like kind of like a jet ski in the front, but what? Like if there was a bike I could buy,
Just a little thumb throttle on it?
No. There was a bike I could buy though after I rode it that brought me a smile in the new Harley lineup. It's the Pan America. I would ride everything else.
I
Have you ridden those?
fully agree with that.
Yeah.
I had a Pan America in Kelowna for the long weekend. My homie had just had a 124 M8 built, and we went out to the street, and the Pan America bone stock 30 kilometers on the dash, walked the fully built M8, and he like embarrassed these people in the turns, on the straights. The thing is a machine.
Yeah,
if you look into them now, guys are taking the Pan America and they're turning them into road glides.
Yeah.
And if you take a Pan and you put a road glide fairing and bags on it, I'm sold. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Better than the FXDX?
That's the only bike that I would walk into the dealership right now and buy. There's not another Harley in that building that I would touch.
Yeah, and
that Pan America they really hit the mark because it does everything. But man, is it fast!
Yeah,
and it's so set up.
And like
out of the box, we all know that if you go to Harley right now and buy a bike, you're spending $10,000 before it's fun to ride.
Yeah.
At Pan America, you ride it out the door, you're done.
Yeah, you're having fun already.
You're done.
Yeah. And I got to ride the one with the seat that comes down and being short seamed. Like, wow,
it's pretty rad when you pull up to the light and it comes down.
It's so wild.
Yeah, it's a
confidence building too.
Yeah.
And you ride anything else like this year, and it just doesn't have the heart to it anymore. Everything's very quiet, and
I haven't ridden any new Harleys.
The STs are cool.
I love those.
Yeah, like they are cool. They're probably the second coolest bike, but they're not for me. Not for me. The mini road glides. But did you ride anything else? Anything you wanted to add?
No. Road glide.
Man, you
road
rode
glides,
sporty.
deluxe, sporty. Yeah, I rode a lot this year.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, it'd probably be a road glide.
Yeah.
You're a big highway fan too. Like
I like highways. I like music.
So I
like being comfy.
Like you said, there's a bike
you can
for.
still be a loser on them. Like you can still fuck around.
Oh
yeah. And did you ride anything else this year? Brush over there real quick.
I was on a CVO road glide.
15.
Wait, a CVO?
A CVO.
Yeah.
A wide glide, that was something else. What
Oh, those
a
are
terrible.
horrible.
What a
I'm
terrible
not even gonna
idea.
get started on that one.
Yeah. No, I don't think any of us need to. You ride one, sorry. Drop it. Like
Sorry, drop
it.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into some rapid fire questions. Hope you guys are ready.
Hold on. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Take my head off.
No, I'm ready.
No,
Let's
all
go.
right, yeah, okay.
Throw it down there, young.
Wait, so how do we do this?
Harrison.
No.
Oh, don't even worry about it.
We're-
Let me explain.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so
All
sorry.
right.
All right.
We're going left
I'll-
to right.
No, we can go in a circle.
Put your hand up.
Yeah, nose game.
Me.
Yeah.
7 up, thumbs up.
What is it? Well, this is a question I think for Kyle specifically, because if you asked me this, I wouldn't know. So, what is the right size for a front wheel on a bike?
You know what? Up until this season, I would say 19-inch because, like I said, diehard FXDX guy.
Yeah.
However, I rode a 19, a 23, a 26. The worst 30 I've ever rode in my life.
Yeah.
A 30-inch wheel is
What's the assault?
the Assault was a 32, but that bike was built perfect.
Right.
Yeah. You can't get a bad.
If you do a 30 with a bolt-on neck kit, it's a garage queen. So if you wanted to pick perfect wheel size for rideability and style, I would go with the 26.
Okay.
Because the,
That's bigger than I was
geometry,
expecting.
the geometry still stays nice. It's got lots of style. However, everyone's going to light me up for big wheels are dead, but sometimes style never dies.
Oh,
So-
great answer. Yeah.
So,
The black line had a 21. I thought that looked nice.
yeah.
There's a nice touch to it.
All right, next
We'll change it for you, Taylor. Would you go spokes or mags?
What a terrible question for me.
Why? You ride?
I don't care.
You don't care at all? You don't care what the look is? What would you pick though?
Square or round?
You gotta answer though. You don't care at all.
There you go.
Next.
Mags? Alright.
You know why you say mags? Because when you get a flat with spokes, trying to change a tube on the side of the road, you guys will get divorced. If you got mags, a butter knife, and a spoon,
Yeah.
we're in. You try her on, we're
You
gonna
normally
keep
get a butter
going.
knife and a spoon with you?
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm a hungry guy. You gotta be prepared. I don't have saddlebags on my DX, so
Yeah.
I need all the utensils I can get.
Alright, this is a question for all of us then. Luke, knobbies, are they cool or are they not?
No.
Cool.
No.
Right. They're
I'm
not
going
cool.
no naughties.
Are knobbies cool or are they not?
100% cool.
Are you just saying that to be different?
Yeah, you
For sure, because that's not what he thinks.
That's not your
No.
That's a lie.
If anybody's watching this podcast that knows who Jeff Cochran is, and you Google Jeff Cochran's motorcycles,
Yeah.
almost everyone has a knobby on the front and a slick on the back. It's called style, once again.
It's called
Style never dies.
Okay. Alright, Taylor, knobbies?
Kyle's lying to all of us.
Yeah, dude. Where did this guy come from? Yeah.
We're in the middle of building
Not
a
cool.
Jeff Cochran style shovel right now at the shop. The thing will be debuted at the bike show February 2nd, and it has a knobby on the front, and it has an old Speedmaster on the back. And I've seen it now every day for a year, and I love it. So the question catered to the last year.
Okay. All right.
Before that, I would have been like, knobbies suck. And here's why. I rode a KTM, I think it was a 590, and I went to the city park because it had knobbies. I was like, this is fun. Let's tear up the park. And I ran myself over on it.
Oh.
I flipped over the handlebars trying to clear the tabletop at the park that wasn't a real tabletop, and the knobbies ran me over, so they weren't cool then.
Yeah. That reminds me where you ripped up all your Dixons on
Shane
Shane
Shovelhead.
Shovelhead.
Shout out to Shane.
Yeah. That was hilarious. And then us trying to walk that bike back for like a kilometer.
You know what we
trying to get
noticed that day
t-shirts out
though?
of the
When
chain.
you break down in the middle of the highway on a shovelhead,
Yeah.
everybody loves you. If we were all on our dynas and we broke down,
Yeah.
it would have cursed us out and told us to get off
Not
the road.
appreciative.
But everybody stopped because it was a classic Harley and it was cool.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" I'm like, "I need help, but you can't help me." Not offered it.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Taylor, we'll start with you then. Our mullet's cool.
Mullets?
Yeah,
I think they can be.
they can be cool.
Hold
I
on.
think there's.
How about now? I mean, your husband beside me kind of rocks a mullet, so I mean,
Yeah, the way
Dude, we could full mullet this thing.
yeah.
I think they have their time and their place. It's called style.
And it never dies. There you go.
Kyle, our mullet's cool.
Yeah, if I could have one, I'd rock one all day.
Yeah.
Problem with my mullet is it turns into a cul-de-sac and then it's not cool.
Okay.
No, that's not sweet at all.
No. All right,
Mullets are a go.
Luke,
Mullets are a go.
mullets are a go. Yeah. All right, awesome. Celine Dion, yes or no, Luke?
Hardest no possible.
Wow.
God damn, my heart will go on. Come on.
Go on. Okay.
Celine Dion is like the top. It's probably in the first 5 of my songs when I leave my house.
Wow.
It's in my headphones. I'm riding. I'm singing. When you think the guy's probably listening to
friendship's not
gangster
gonna
rap
make it
or
through
something,
winter,
it's,
Patio
yeah, patio lanterns. Kim Mitchell, shout out.
lanterns.
Wow. Okay, so our table is divided. So obviously, Kyle,
What are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Celine Dion. No.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on, dude. That's a
that's-
fucking easy question.
Right, yeah. I'm not. I would never be like I'm waking up in the morning being like, this is what I need to listen.
I remember
Yeah.
my second margarita.
Pop some Celine.
Yeah, I can't wait to wake up and just listen.
Well,
to
there
that
was
Celine
room for
Dion.
us on the raft, not you guys,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I have fun
We said
about
that.
that though. Yeah. Let's do. What's your favorite color in nail polish, Luke?
I actually don't know how to answer that one. What do you do? Red?
Red?
I don't know.
Brad, you're
Not on
you're
you.
bougie.
I don't know, dude.
Think about it on you.
Well,
Oh,
what do you
it's not
think?
on us.
That was my first thought. I'm like, how do I answer this one, dude?
Shit, I would have rocked purple all day.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll stick with red.
Stick with red. All right. Kyle, what's your favorite nail polish
I'll
color?
be totally honest with you. I don't look at a chick's fingernails first. Second or third, probably. I look at what motorcycle.
What number
she
is it
showed
on the
up
list?
on.
Yeah.
What number is it on the list?
About
I think that's a
48.
better question.
Yeah.
It's 47.
Is it 47?
Yeah.
Kyle's like,
Yeah.
she has hands.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is incredible.
She has hands and she wants to talk to me? Holy shit.
No way. Great day.
All right.
Living in the fence.
Taylor, favorite color nail polish? Obviously on you or on someone else.
I usually rock blue.
Rockin' blue. Awesome.
Blue. Black bike, pink grips, pink underglow.
Yeah.
Wants colorful paint. Blue
Blue
nails.
nails.
Eh.
All right. I learned
Yeah.
something new about you today.
All right.
What about you, Mr. Harrison?
Favorite color nails? Gotta be bright pink.
Ooh.
Just a hot pink for
Just
it.
a hot
Nice.
pink.
Hot
Yeah, like
pink.
something that stands out. You know, like I'm here.
I'm here.
here. Think like nails.
I'm here.
Nails are probably like the 12th thing on my list.
What's 11?
What's 11?
I always want to know what the one before it is. What's before nails?
Your shoes.
Size of her thumbs.
Yeah.
Very important.
Can't you
Yeah,
palm
we
a
said-
basketball?
Do you know what his first thing is though?
What's that?
Adam's apple.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good first step, dude.
Right?
Yeah.
No
You
matter
gotta
where
know if
you
it's a trick or
travel.
not.
Yeah. Just get a quick flick in.
Yeah.
You mind if I do something?
All right.
Tim Hortons, yes or no? Reed
Yep.
T's family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God no.
See, I'm not a Timmy's guy either.
Tim Hortons.
Where do you go? Where else can you
Where's
go?
A&W.
Ah, okay.
When you say Tim Hortons to me, it makes me think of, and this is going to get me lit up again, of a Me Too guy with the black street glide that only goes to Tim Hortons, gets coffees and rides his
Just say
bike
his fucking
to Timmy's.
name, Kyle.
To Timmy's.
Same thing.
I'm not picking just anybody. It's a Me Too bike. Just saying. It makes me think that way. So,
I'm an A&W type.
no. Yeah.
A&W 's
You know why
pretty good.
A&W is good?
No.
Because when you go there in the morning, who's sitting in there? All the old men. Do you know what those old men are called? Romeos. Do you know why?
No.
Retired old men eating out.
Oh.
It's a great group of guys. They all got hot rods or Harleys,
Yeah.
and they just hang out at A&W.
Yeah.
What's better than
And you
that?
can get a full plate of breakfast there, which isn't bad. at
For
all.
$9.
Yeah.
See, I think we're converting all y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Screw Tim Hortons.
All right.
I just didn't know what the other option was. There's Tim Hortons every 500 feet.
True.
that's
Yeah,
true.
you can get gas station coffee. Man, there's tons.
Tons of
So, Kyle, Tim Hortons.
A&W all
Yeah.
day.
He's A&W.
Sorry.
Just explain it.
I know, but he
Listen.
answered without me
Dude, he
asking.
just put up a good case for A&W.
Shout out to A&W. We need breakfast and tires.
Taylor, Tim Hortons or no?
Yes, only because it's the most frequent. Like it's always the default.
To Tim Hortons?
It's a
Really?
default. That's a good way to put it. It's a
Yeah.
default.
You just canceled our sponsorship. Right there.
Yeah, we were trying to work on A&W here.
We're going to cut that part out.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
just block
That's
it.
it.
All right. Lane splitting, yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Are you splitting in between the lane, or are you doing the shoulder?
I feel most comfortable on the shoulder, but I have bags, so I feel like it gives me more space.
Okay. Lane splitting, yes or no?
Never done it. Never will do it. Super.
Why
Super
do you have
dangerous.
to lie?
Super unsafe.
I like AW.
You all just told a story about me riding the Virago down in the shoulder for 3 kilometers.
Taught me how to lean.
All right.
Well, I do have baggage, so.
See, I'm more of a middle of the lane kind of guy than the shoulder.
I'll go wherever there's room.
The only reason I would say no to the shoulder in Alberta is that the shoulder's full of rocks. So when you like your bike,
But when you
you get a season out of that front end of your bike if you shoulder ride.
Yeah.
If you go up the middle, it's way more fun because you can see the people in the cars that are mad at you or they're loving life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a little more fun
That's
to go
fair.
up the middle.
Yeah.
And
Shoulders in the
And
in
myself,
the States are sketchy too.
I've been run over twice by people texting. One was a Snapchat that I got to watch in court while she ran me over. So I sit in the middle because I had my favorite motorcycle I've ever built at Precision taken from me a month after I finished it because a chick was texting.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit in the middle.
See, I'm in the middle because you know what's beside the shoulder? Not a road. So if anyone decided that I was passing them, which just happened to me this summer because a group of people were making people mad. And then when I went
That's
to
why
go
you got to be up
pass-
front, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I got to be up front of the 83. Either way, I tried to pass the shoulder on
You know what,
calmly.
though?
He was not appreciated.
For a guy that doesn't like the shoulder, you have been known to like your grass, so I'm surprised that.
That's true.
Surprised,
You're
yeah.
also on the shoulder.
Yeah, that's true.
You're on the
So-
shoulder way more.
Yeah.
So hey, there's more than one liar sitting behind this table.
all right. Let's finish it off here with 2 more of these. Favorite Canadian city, Luke?
I like Kelowna.
Yeah,
I like the lakes.
I hate Kelowna.
would.
I hate Kelowna.
I just like the landscape of it. I like being on the water.
Like fire.
People in Kelowna aren't always the sweetest, but
Yeah.
I like fire. Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Like
fire.
straight wildfires. Yeah.
I like fire.
Oh, maybe that was too soon. Favorite city in Canada?
I haven't been to
Don't lie.
Montreal. I want to go to Montreal.
Victoria.
I feel like I would take it.
Victoria, because you literally can
That's
roll
good.
up, excuse me, park your bike at the harbor, and cheesy whatever, but the world is your oyster at that point.
True.
You're literally right on the farthest west coast you can be. It's beautiful scenery. Some of the nightlife is insane out there.
Yeah.
The scenery, just riding the whole island is something everybody should do.
Yeah.
That's definitely a bucket list item for anybody that has on 2 wheels is to tour the island. It's rad. It's a little bit expensive to get over there, but once you're there, you got to take it in.
I haven't traveled Canada enough.
Man, if you can
Melbourne.
ride your bike to
Always just
Tofino,
go south.
if you can
Yeah, that's
ride your bike to
bullshit,
Tofino
actually.
and
Yeah,
park,
like who likes to sit in traffic for an hour and a half to
Yeah,
go
Kelowna's
5
kind of
I'm just thinking
terrible.
be on a boat.
You ever gone through Kelowna on a road trip trying to go somewhere to like Victoria? You sit in Kelowna like I hate this place.
Yeah.
Like I'd
I'm
rather
just
be
thinking about
anywhere
boats.
else.
That was it.
Just thinking about boats.
That was my only thought. Be on the
Awesome.
water.
In the
If I
water.
went to
What's
Montreal,
yours?
I bet that would take it. Montreal sounds sick.
what about you?
Mine as the Sawyers takes it. The Sawyers are gonna cost.
Soyuz is rad. It's just 45 degrees and
I love
dry.
it. Yeah, I love
So when
that.
you're on your Harley,
I love
it's just like you're dying.
No, I love it.
You you got the lap of luxury in a 96 Ultra Classic.
Yeah, but I'm also sitting underneath the campfire too at 80s, like old 80 Evo.
All right.
Yeah, and it's sitting there making 2 psi oil pressure the whole time, just trying to live. Like, but I still do it. I'll do it any day. Like, the Sawyers are gonna cost.
No, well, yeah. I mean, Nikosp is another bucket list place
Yeah.
for people that ride
Yeah.
Crested,
Oh, yeah.
Nikosp. That
Haunted
whole
Hotel.
area, like, Yeah.
If you haven't been there, you gotta go.
Yeah.
To your favorite Canadian city, because you're the one. Well, you traveled a lot.
Well, default always Soyuz. But Victoria's a good one.
Really? So
I don't even
nobody's.
think of that.
Wow, nobody's East Coast at all.
Why would you go to the East Coast?
I have no idea.
Why?
Hey,
Have you tried to ride across Ontario?
Yeah, no, not
67
Ontario.
days.
Yeah, no, it's fucking ever. I drove to Chicago once.
Yeah.
Really?
And like honestly, so if you left BC, Alberta, is it Saskatchewan? Am I getting
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
right?
Saskatchewan.
You hit
yeah,
Saskatchewan, then what happens?
Well, Manitoba was a rad place. to
Boredom.
ride, too.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah, we barely were there.
like from Sask all the way until you get to pretty much like Newfoundland is the next fun place.
Really?
Otherwise, it's flat and straight and boring.
Terrible.
I don't know these things.
You can
I've only
leave
been
your-
here
you can-
15 years.
You can leave your dog here and still see him when you get to Ontario. So it's pretty boring.
All right. All right.
The only East Coast thing in the motorcycle world that gets me going is Port Dover, Friday the 13th.
Yep.
Never been,
Ooh.
seen tons of stuff on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hands down, that's a bucket list. That and Sturgis, right up there on bucket list items for coming up.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's next year then. Sturgis this year. We'll make our way to Friday the 13th.
Sweet. I like it.
It's definitely
Alright.
up there.
Well, let's close this season 2023 episode out. with a
Cheers.
cheers. Thank you guys so much for coming to our podcast and sitting down with us as a recap of the 2023 season. Listen to us on all the podcast platforms, as well as you can watch this episode on YouTube. Leave a comment. Let us know how we did or what you want to see. And
you
have
want
a
Kyle to stop
conversation
lying?
with us. What?
Or if you want Kyle to stop lying.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want Kyle to stop lying, be real with you. He's completely different in person. Don't do that. But yeah, we just appreciate it. Bruce, thank you for being behind the cameras, making sure our audio and video were good this episode, and we look forward to getting this one out to you guys and seeing you next time. So that's a wrap.
Shout out to Karen for keeping Bruce.
Yeah.
All right, break.
Break.
And I thought we were all going to be like, this is speed and color.
Oh,
That's
man.
what I was waiting for.